Windrose is probably my favourite game of the year so far. It's been an absolute blast to play, selling over 1 million copies in less than a week, and straight away I'm going to tell you that it's even better than people are saying. And I think it's safe to say that Ubisoft ain't coming out with a quality game in the next decade. They don't have a great track record at the moment. So that means the Black Flag remake is either not happening and is just going to get cancelled, or will be absolutely total dog water, leaving the market wide open for Windrose to come in and absolutely smash it. And you know this game is good because it's got Ubisoft absolutely shitting the bed. They'll never admit it publicly, but they released the Black Flag trailer in less than 7 days from the best pirate game that we've had in years. They're practically screaming to the world, please don't forget about us. And that tells you just how good Windrose is. It's got all that great weapon and gear crafting progression that I personally love. It's got material upgrades, ability upgrades, stat boosts, interactive combat, and for the true anti-grass touchers out there, it's even got a difficulty that is basically the second coming of a Dark Souls game, which I'll preface is the difficulty that we played on and I still regret playing it. It's got that real open world random beach spawn into a mob that just one-taps you kind of feeling, which triggers the uncontrollable rage that turns into just pure evil joy when you finally get your revenge. We all know what I'm talking about. The fact that you can have one player host the save and then have more than 4 players join is fantastic for any friend group. And in my opinion, it's one of the biggest reasons I think games like Minecraft and Terraria were such massive hits back in the day. Multiplayer without a limit on players lets any friend group enjoy the game. Sure, you might see some glitches, and even the devs preface that if you have more than 4 people, there might be glitches, but for most friend groups, and the general gaming community, I think this is a massive W. Regardless of single player or multiplayer, the game starts you out with half your crew taking a nice, peaceful nap upon eating a strawberry sandwich. Definitely sleeping, definitely not dead. And then the rest of the crew wants to give you a hug, with swords. Moving on. On the island, the natives aren't much better, because when you wake up, they think a good morning involves pointing a pistol at your face, demanding your valuables. This ain't good.
A deserted island, you scurvy mongrel.
Now, I've got to say, the views from the beach, chef's kiss. This game looks amazing. Even the details when you're in the deep forest are amazing. The shadows and the lighting just perfectly hide the spawn of Satan, because we're the absolute bane of my existence for days when we started. They're always right there, hidden in the bushes, ready to jump out at you at every possible second and turn the game from a pirate adventure into a walking simulator because they somehow managed to kill me, and I mean you, 8 consecutive times. The actual mechanics of the game are pretty good. It's fairly intuitive once you start swinging your sword around like any self-respecting pirate would. Although in saying that, it didn't really help us survive very much because we just kept dying again.
Where are you fighting these dudes?
Oh, he did a double tap! Fucking prick! He didn't once do that double attack until the one time I dropped my guard early. And again. You're gonna let this dude peg a fucking rock at me, aren't you?
I died.
I know! Ow, fuck me! That dude two-tapped me! And again.
You picked my shit up too?
No, I just picked up mine. You didn't drop one.
Oh.
Fucking hell. This dude's pushing our shit in. But once you get the feel for enemy attack patterns, or just give up on learning how to get good. Yeah, but that's going to take a lot of pigs. No! Fuck! Sake! Why are you sprinting? Why did you get enraged? And decide to default to some good old-fashioned hit-and-run tactics. The combat will start to feel less like you're the victim and more like you're surviving. And maybe you have a fighting chance. But then you'll get humbled almost immediately after landing on the next island.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, he's coming!
A charging ball!
Right behind a tree. The tree doesn't help!
The tree does not help! Holy shit! Just to remind you, yes, you are indeed still the victim of this story. Sorry. There's another charging boar. Savage boar? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Your body went so far.
What the fuck? You ready for this, dude?
No. He looks fucked.
He looks so angry.
He's got red eyes too.
Oh my god. But all joking aside, Windrose does something I really like. by giving you access to most of the weapon types very early in the game's progression, and I guarantee you'll find something that suits your playstyle. If you like playing like an absolute bitch, just like me, then we have the rapier for death by toothpick. You just run in, stab, dodge, run in, stab, dodge, and you'll eventually kill whatever you're fighting. It's just, yeah, death by toothpick. If you want massive crowd control, then you could use a halberd to stun lock enemies until it doesn't stun lock them, and you get one tapped by some random zombie, because why wouldn't it stun him this time when it stunned him every other damn time? Moving on, if you've always been a fan of great swords, we have the two-handed sword, which, might I add, looks pretty freaking cool whenever you have it equipped. So the fashion game is real, and I'm certain someone is going to come up with the dopest looking pirate cosplay out there. And it would have been me if I hadn't designed my pirate to look like a slave right at the beginning of the game, because between you and me, I spent way too much time customizing my character at the beginning of the game. Now, speaking of customization, the base building in Windrose was superb. The tutorial was very quick, it taught you all of the basics very simply and very easily, and finally, we have a survival game with base building that doesn't overcomplicate the building part. No useless intermediate items or weird building materials used only for building. Simply get wood, get fibers, get stone if you're up to that stage, and build things that need it. Oh, you misplaced something? No worries, get all of your materials back. Like, that's amazing. I can't stress how much it does my head in when a game doesn't refund all your materials when you destroy a building. As you progress through the game and find more materials and blueprints, the building options continue to expand. And then there are decorative options, which I think is a nice touch that your base will level up as you continue to level up. But one of the biggest negatives, and something that we really need to talk about, is material gathering, alright? Not only is cutting wood way too interactive with how the trees dynamically fall with storms, or that you can actually die from falling trees, because why wouldn't the devs want to add another thing that can kill you to the list of things that can already kill you? But there's gonna be moments where you have to build something and realize you're 1 copper short. So you go out to get some copper and then suddenly you get jumped by a boar and his hose again. So you spend the next 30 minutes achieving nothing, all for you to forget what the fuck you were doing in the first place and realize 2 hours later that you're still 1 copper short. I forgot to get copper after all that. I can't believe I forgot the copper. Now, on behalf of everyone with no creative talent whatsoever, devs of Windrose, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for a prefab house. Because goddamn do I have absolutely no talent and no idea how to build a good looking base. Without this, I would have probably been living under a barely legal roof of leaves. And can I say, what a mighty fine set of leaves it would have been. With a bed and some benches just packed tighter than church on a Sunday. Sure, the actual building mechanics and the blueprints that are available look really good, and I'm sure people will be building some amazing things in this game. But it's definitely nice to have an easy to build, decent sized house readily available for people like me with no building skills whatsoever. And look, you can add on to this prefab house at any time. You can tear down the walls, change them, swap the doors. It's as if you built it from scratch. That's how seamless the building mechanics are. This is just a very good base template for anyone who needs inspiration. And as you progress the game, you'll unlock newer blueprints and more cosmetics to absolutely style your base for comfort points. With it being an open world, there's a certain amount of freedom that you can typically expect from a game. But Windrose just goes above and beyond those expectations and takes it one step further, allowing you to do things your way. Screw the rules, there is no best choice. You want to speedrun towards the Blackbeard fleet with your sticks and stones just to peg a rock at a captain's face? Go for it. It might not work out for you, but hey, at least you can do it. And that's the beauty of this game. Your choice, your rules. It's the true pirate way. You can tell the devs put their love into this game because the atmosphere throughout the whole game just sucks you in. Now the weather. Oh, I have so much to glaze about the weather system. Every time a storm hits, you get fully immersed. Every single time. And the way the environment reacts to the weather is crazy. If you're in the deep forest, all the trees start moving and getting blown in the same direction. All the foliage starts getting thrown around. If you're out on the ocean, the waves get higher and more aggressive, throwing your little dinghy or your ship around, making it harder to engage in combat. Bungie, take notes, because this is a weather system. The waves, the trees, the ships, everything, and the way it interacts with the environment at that moment has been perfectly executed. The devs absolutely nailed the atmosphere in Windrose, and I can see why Ubisoft is shitting themselves over this game. If you look carefully, even the waves crash based on the sandbanks underwater, and they don't cascade into the coves. This attention to detail brings the entire game to life, and it's an absolute joy to play. Now, I know I ironically mentioned gathering copper just a second ago, but for the most part, the game doesn't feel like you need to spend hours and hours grinding materials just to make a small amount of progress towards your ship. It really feels like the devs have balanced the experience really well for single brain-celled organisms like myself, so it genuinely feels like you've earned your ship without having to sacrifice a human child to Satan in order to achieve it. And you can definitely tell the devs want you out on the open seas as soon as possible. That's where this game shines, because the moment you hit the water, the game just feels different. But if you're the kind of person who likes to take things to the extreme and overgather materials, or maybe you're playing with a group of 4 or more and you are the base mum, then it's totally possible to spend hours mindlessly grinding because it's an engaging experience. The game is just that addicting. It has that draw. You don't even realize you've been playing for hours until the sun is starting to rise and you realize it's 6 AM. It's just that good. It scratches that itch of gathering resources that many survival games just seem to mess up for me. Now, when it comes to crafting weapons, materials, and gear, Windrose does it in a way that I think is actually really clever. You can progress the game and you'll find blueprints eventually, and this is probably the intended experience. But because you can learn how to craft something just by touching it once, if you ever find a weapon or a piece of armor inside of a chest, or maybe your friend finds a piece of armor that you haven't seen before, you can do a RuneScape drop party with your mates to learn the recipes for other weapons and armor. All you need to do is pick them up once and you can make it. So no one misses out on the loot and everyone gets to enjoy the game at their own pace, their own way.
I wouldn't be in there if I were you.
There's a wolf down here.
Yeah, there's 2. I don't know where the second one is though. That kind of scares me.
Are they just normal wolves?
No. There he is. He's in the corner.
Oh my god, it's right there.
Yeah. The disassembler, on the other hand, could use some serious work, because not once, but twice, I deleted my fully upgraded halberd like a dumbass. Definitely not user error, and definitely a problem with the game. Now, once you've passed the tutorial, the only thing left to do is hit the open seas in your little shitty dinghy. But just as a PSA, and I mean like a serious PSA to all my fellow pirates, take a frickin' bell with you. The sailing has been satisfying, and getting mollywopped by Blackbeard is only so fun, but when you sail to another island, you're gonna want to be able to fast travel back and forth. So bring that bell. Now, I haven't even talked about the sailing experience yet, because at this point, you're not even out of the early game. There's a whole ship customization system, ship-on-ship combat, and boarding, along with the rest of the world to explore. And honestly, I'm not planning to say anything about sailing, because when you finally get your first big ship and hit the water with your crew singing some sea shanties, the game's true majesty hits you, and that's something you should experience for yourself. Just be warned that when your whole crew gets their own ship, it's gonna be an absolute clusterfuck of a free-for-all to get out onto the open seas. So with all of that said, I hope you have enjoyed this Windrose video. Please leave a like to let me know if you did, and let me know in the comments your thoughts on Windrose. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next one.
Call all hands to man the capstan. See the cable run down clear. Heave away and with the will, boys, for Tortuga we will steer. And we'll sing in joyful chorus in the watches of the night. And we'll sight shores of Tortuga when the grey dawn brings the light.